I analyzed 5 contractors' Facebook ads accounts, all in different niches, and I'm going to dive into exactly what I found. So if you've never seen my channel before, my name is Brett Gorvanek. I am the founder of Nexo Marketing. I have dove into hundreds of contractors' online marketing setup, everything from Facebook ads to Google ads to social media in general. And I've spoken with hundreds of contractors all throughout the country. And so today I'm going to dive into exactly what I found on these specific ad accounts so that if you have any of these mistakes on your ad accounts, no matter what niche you're in, hopefully you find some value from this and maybe you can apply it to whatever ads you are running right now. So I'm going to go over these 5 different categories. So number 1 is going to be, and I also want to preface this video by saying that if you happen to be affiliated with any of the companies in the video, this is just a video where I'm randomly pulling these accounts from the public Facebook ads library. So no bash against any of these companies. Actually respect them even more because they're deciding to invest in their marketing, which a lot of people don't. So let's get into it. Number 1 is going to be Sunrooms and Patio covers. So their setup, they're running generic static ads directly to a website. As you can see here, it says winter sale 15% off, which is what they're actually doing good, right? They have a time sensitive offer to build a little bit of urgency. But here are some of the issues that I noticed. Well, number 1, they only have 2 creatives running, right? They literally only have some generic video and some generic image ad. There's no face behind the brand. There's nothing that makes me feel like, hey, this is local to San Diego. Hey, this is a local family-owned business, right? And then also it's linking to the web homepage. So if I go ahead and I open that up here, I get to the homepage. Where do I go, right? Like if I am interested, there's no clear button, right? I have to scroll. Oh, I just got stuck on that review. Look at that. Okay, here's, right, it's not very, very obvious. And then here, there's this pop-up, but there's no button. So it's very, very important, at least at minimum, that they just link it to this contact us page, right? If they're not going to build a separate landing page for it. Or they link the ads directly to a form with a CRM system in the back end, right? That's what is really going to help them in this specific scenario because they want to make sure that they're making it as easy as possible for someone to click and give them their information. And right now, there's a lot of friction. It's kind of just letting people browse on their website, which most likely people are going to click off and go to another ad, right? And then also making sure that they have custom video creatives. So like I said, this is a company in San Diego and they're family owned as well, right? So making sure that they're actually showcasing the fact that they're in San Diego, showcasing the fact that they're family owned is something that they can do with custom video creatives, okay? So all of these setups are very, very different. Number 2 here, we have an artificial turf company. Their setup is static photos that also go to a website. As you can see, they have a whole bunch of photos here. And what's good about these is that they are high quality and they're very, very clear images, right? As you can see here, these are good images, good colors. But the problem is these creatives have been running for 6 years. If you see right here, it says 2020. So no one's been updating these or looking at them for 6 years. And they also have no videos, right? Videos, especially when it comes to home services, are the most important thing, right? And then they're just linked to the website homepage, which again, this one's a little bit better, right? So they have a book now right here, which is very clear, right? So when I land on the page, I know exactly what I need to do. I know I need to book now. But this is a lot, right? I'm looking at this and I'm overwhelmed. There's so, if I'm someone who's trying to book a quote, I don't even know which one to choose. Free turf installation only quote, artificial turf installation and or landscaping quote. There's like 3 different options here. So what would be best is that they just have it linked directly to a form. So when you click book now, it says form, name, phone number, email, project details, and then location. Something very, very simple, right? Because now I don't even know which one I have to choose, to be honest. So if I'm choosing an artificial turf installation, I may be choosing from any of these. And then from here, this isn't too bad, but there's just a lot of friction, right? There's a lot of friction there. So they definitely need a landing page, at least that's dedicated just for the ads, where, like I said, it goes and it takes them, and then people just have to submit their phone, email, project details. That's it, right? And they also need to make sure that they're not running creatives for 6 years. It looks like no one's really paying attention to that. And then so of course they will need to have video ads as well, right? So videos, landing page, and then just making sure that someone is checking on these ads at least a couple times a week, right? So number 3, pool builders. What is their setup? They're doing images to Messenger. Now, Messenger is a pretty decent setup, right? So as you can see here, it says send message. These are very good pictures, very high quality, very dream selling kind of photos, right? So they have really good professional images, and Messenger is pretty good, right? I would say Messenger, especially for home services, is usually what we see has the most success along with lead forms, right? Because it's really interactive. People are just texting back and forth. But the only problem with Messenger is that you can waste a lot of time on people who are not serious, because the barrier to entry is very, very low, right? Anyone can just send a message, hit a button, send a message, and then you're trying to catch people who like aren't even interested, right? But Messenger is good because at least you're getting a lot more people to interact with the company. So they have good images, and Messenger is a good choice. However, they do not have any client testimonials. If they had a client testimonial, like let's say they got their client for this property, these all look very similar, but let's say for this property, they got their client to stand right here, talk, they got a camera, they get the background, the beach, they get the pool, and they just get 60 seconds of their client talking on camera. That is going to do very, very, very well, especially if they're running that in their local market. Looks like they're in Southwest Florida, so I guess that could maybe be like Tampa area. I'm not too sure. Sarasota area maybe. So if they're running ads with a client testimonial saying, hey, I'm here local in Sarasota, here's my pool, boom, 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 that's going to do really, really well. And then also having a seasonal offer / campaign, right? So they're in Florida, which means that winter is the time to build the pool, right? Because everyone wants to be swimming in the summertime when it's 100 degrees out, right? So having urgency-based ads where they're running an urgency-based campaign like, hey, build this now, and then you'll be able to use it for the summertime is very, very important, right? So with this one, just making sure that they have custom video ads, client testimonial, and then also especially with a company like pool building, it's very, very seasonal, right? So they want to make sure that they are capitalizing off of the season. So number 4 is going to be artificial turf. Again, just because really, really like this niche, and it's a really, really strong niche, especially when it comes to Facebook ads. So they are running ads to a lead form. They have a couple of different styles of ads, and they're running it to a lead form. So that's their setup over here. And they are doing this well because they have geo-targeted creative and copy. What does that mean? Well, as you can see here, they are saying LA area, right? So people that are in the LA area automatically identify. And also the video says the same thing as well. It says something about Los Angeles, right? So they are making sure that they're targeting people specifically in Los Angeles in every single way possible, right? Through what they write and through what's shown up on the video. And then the second thing is that they're using instant forms as the conversion event. So if you don't know what an instant form is, it's basically just a form that's in Facebook that lets you collect a prospect's name, email, phone number, and then any other questions you want to ask, right? Now, this is really, really good. This is really, really key because they're using these ads to not only gain exposure, but also actually collect information that they can store and that they can use, right? So in a couple years from now they've built up a list of a whole bunch of people who are or were interested in their services at one point. Now, the problem with this one, the creatives have not been refreshed for, it looks like this one has been running for almost 2 years. This one's been running for a couple months, so it just doesn't look like they've been checking up too much on these, and they also have no seasonal campaign strategy, right? So especially with artificial turf and landscaping, right now it's March, so it's coming up on the spring. So this is about to be their busy season. So especially with landscaping and turf, it's very, very important to run seasonal campaigns, as well as just making sure that the creatives are being refreshed as a general rule of thumb, 4 to 6 weeks, right? But the creative should be checked on at least every single week, right? Seeing what works and what's not working. So a little bit better here. And then now we have this one, which is concrete/paving. What is their setup? Static image ads to phone call. So as you can see here, they have 2 static image ads. One looks like more residential, maybe a private property. One looks like a commercial property. And then they just have call now as the call to action. Now, what are they doing here? Well, they're showcasing their real project work, right? Looks like it's their project, so it's authentic to their company. Couple issues here. Number one, the creatives have been running since 2023, right? So almost 3 years, the same images. 3 years, the same images, right? So probably not reaching many people because, as we know, Facebook likes to promote the newest creatives and the newest stuff. So they're not refreshing the creatives, and it's a call now, just getting people to call them, which is fine, but they're not capturing leads. They're not capturing information, as I just mentioned with the last example, right? And then they only have static images going with no video, right? So they're not taking advantage of video, which is very, very important for Facebook and Instagram. And another thing too is their messaging isn't really clear, right? Like, who are they speaking to? If I'm a homeowner and I see this one, but then I see this one, I'm not sure if this company specializes in commercial or residential. I'm not really sure, what this campaign is after, right? So I'm probably just going to go to another company that I see that has a video that's speaking directly to homeowners, right? And if I'm a business and I'm seeing this too, I'm not very impressed, right? So if I'm trying to get some commercial work done, probably wouldn't be very, very impressed, right? So another mistake is just this campaign is not specific, right? It just says asphalt and concrete contractor, and it shows residential, commercial, right? They're trying to speak to everyone, which is not going to work, right? So what are a couple of more fixes? Number one is just refreshing the creatives every 4 to 6 weeks, as I mentioned. And of course, adding video ads, because that's what excels on Facebook and Instagram. And then linking ads to a direct form where they're capturing information with a CRM system. And then number 4 would also be just having a specific offer per campaign, right? So if they're running a residential campaign, then they're saying, hey, residential homeowners in, I don't know where they are, but let's say St. Louis, Missouri, residential homeowners in St. Louis, Missouri, right? That would be very, very specific, right? You can go, right here is just one layer of specificity, right? They have asphalt and concrete contractor. Well, that could be speaking to a lot of people. They had, hey, homeowners who are looking for asphalt and concrete contractors. Now you go one layer deeper. Hey, homeowners in St. Louis who are looking for asphalt and concrete contractors. And then you go another layer deeper. Hey, homeowners in St. Louis who are looking to get their driveway done, right? That would be an example of a very, very specific offer, which is just narrowing down exactly what they do so that they speak to someone specific, right? So that would be the fourth thing to fix here, just having a specific and clear offer. And then honorable mention, number 6 is this roofer. They have a really, really, really good setup here. So they have video and static ads that go to a landing page. Now, a couple of things that I want to point out before I get into what they did really, really good. Number 1, they have new creatives, right? So this creative was just launched last week. This one was just launched a couple weeks ago. So it looks like they're testing multiple creatives, multiple videos. Number 2, they have really, really high quality videos. I don't have these able to play right now, but these videos are very, very high quality. They're shot with a very professional camera, professional audio setup. They're showcasing the projects that they do really, really, really well. And then they're going to a landing page, right? So this is an example of a really, really good setup. So they have a mix of video and images, and then this is their dedicated landing page. So if you go here, number 1, they're making it very, very, very clear as to what the outcome is, right? So when someone clicks, they instantly see 5 stars, and your eyes instantly get brought to the right side of the screen, right? Very light colors, very, very, light colors on the side where they want you to be clicking, right? So you click here, boom, it's super easy to go through. Like I just completed 70% of the form in 2 seconds. So they're reducing the friction as much as possible, and then they just have a whole bunch of social proof here. So just 4.8 stars, 4.8 stars, 4.8 stars. But the biggest thing here is that the form is super clear. So it's super clear for what the next action actually is, right? So really, really good here. And then they have good copy as well. And they have fresh creatives, as I mentioned. And another thing is they have the face of the business on camera, right? So I believe this is the owner. They have the owner on video, and actually both of these videos. So what are they doing? Well, this ad has been running for 2 years, right? Which is not the best in some cases, but if the ad is performing and you're still testing new creatives and you're still checking on the ad account, which it looks like they are, then it's okay to run videos for a long time if they're still performing, especially with a video like this, right? This video on the left-hand side also has the owner in it. So people in that area have been seeing the owner for the last 2 years, right? What does this mean? That means when they see the owner again in a new video, let's say next year, and they need their roof done, well, they're gonna remember like, hey, I've been seeing this guy for the last couple of years in this video every so often, right? So they're making sure that they have the owner in the video to showcase the face of the business on camera, right? Anyone can make these generic creatives. Not anyone can show up as the face of the business. That's what really builds trust, and that's why getting video on site with the owner, with whoever else is the face of the business is so, so, so important. So that'll pretty much wrap up this video. I dove into these accounts. So I hope you got some sort of value from this, something that you can apply to your ad accounts, to the ads that you are currently running. If you'd like help, if you'd like us to come in and audit your campaign, see what you have going wrong, and potentially fix it and help you out so you can book a lot more jobs in your local area, feel free to click the link below, and I will see you on the next video or in a call.